everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here with me on this Thursday evening, and I hope this night finds you well. Well, today in the Pacific Northwest, it's gorgeous, and at the beginning of the week, we were like 50 degrees, and now today we're almost hitting 80. It's just like in the matter of a day or two, it's switched, and it's like feeling like summer and giving all of us really bad spring fever. And in fact, before the show, I took some time to weed my yard, and it's such a fantastic feeling to be out in nature in the warmth of the day and doing something good in your yard, and then you can just sit back and enjoy it, right, when it's all said and done. And so tonight, that's what I did before the show. I was doing a little bit of weeding. I was getting my hands dirty, digging in the dirt. My dog was laying in the grass, enjoying it all. My husband was mowing the lawn, so everybody had their part in the yard this evening, which was fantastic. So I hope wherever you are thawing out and getting some sun, getting a little bit of warmth, because it's feeling great. It's been a really long winter, and I know we've all been feeling that. So tonight I wanted to talk to you a little bit about energy. And as most of you know out there, everything is energy, from, of course, us human beings, to our pets, to the trees, to the plants and the grass, the rivers, the ocean. Everything is energy. But a lot of the things that we don't really think about that are energy are all those innate objects that don't move, that don't seem to have a life, right? Everything behind me, all my pictures, my candles, the bookshelf, everything is energy. Your car is made up of energy, right? Your bank account, your business, everything is made up of energy. It is so interesting. I am taking an online class with Colette Baron-Reed, and I know most of you out there know her. She's a fantastic, fabulous medium, angel card reader, you name it, teacher. She is just absolutely fabulous. And, you know, she too was talking about the business that you are in, whether you have your own business or whether you're working for somebody else, all of that is energy. All of it is energy. And so being able to put your love and your energy into that and partnering with that. The other night, I came home from a long trip to my mom's house. It was about a 4-hour drive, and I got home really late at night on Sunday. And as I was pulling up into the driveway in complete gratitude that I had made it with no issues, I found myself, tapping the steering wheel of my car and giving kudos to my car for getting me home safely, right? Everything is energy. Everything feels an energy. Everything gives off an energy. And so it's really important to take stock in what is around us and put energy and love into the things that need it most, such as your car, giving it gratitude that it got you from point A to B without breaking down, without, you get there safely, you don't get into an accident, whatever that is, giving that gratitude, opening up your bank account and seeing that there's money in the account and giving that gratitude, giving back that unconditional love and that energy, and actually partnering with your bank account or your business, right? And making that part of your life and part of your routine. I know most of you are going to say, oh, well, that's just crazy. Well, everything has molecules. Everything has atoms. This is what gives the structure for what we see each and every day, right? Even the water, the water that we drink, right? As I bring water into the house, or I pour myself a glass of water, I'm blessing it, I'm giving it gratitude, and I'm thanking it. I'm putting that loving energy into it before I even take a sip. And so it's doing those things and realizing that everything is energy. Everything is living, essentially, and just taking note of that and taking note of the surroundings that you're in. So, the next time you take a drive with your car, give it gratitude from going from point A to B. This is why so many people name their cars. Although I can say my car does not have a name, but people out there who have named their cars, right? My husband named his car. And so it's putting that same energy into it, the love and the connection, so that you can connect with that energy every time you sit in your car and you drive somewhere. Every time you sit down with your business or you sit down with your bank account, you can connect with that energy, right? So just stop and think about that for a little while and then ask yourself, what is it that has energy that needs my attention, that needs my love right now? So you might be surprised when you give a little bit of love, what will come back to you out of that? All right. Tip of the night. All right. Right now we have a caller on the phone line. We have Tara Hote. Courtney. Courtney,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at your town. I'm so sorry. Courtney, in Indiana. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. What can I do for you this evening?
Well, my life is just kind of on like this roller coaster of up and downs right now. And maybe just like a general like insight of what is happening or what I should be doing as far as my relationships goes. I'm just ending a very toxic relationship, and a friend of mine who has been there for me throughout the whole thing. I've developed feelings for him, and I don't know how he feels about me. His actions say one thing, but his words say another. So I'm kind of confused on the whole thing. And usually it's the words that are, saying like the positive stuff, but the actions that are saying the different. Well, with him, it's like just the opposite. Like he gets very involved in my life in a way that only somebody that I think would be, more interested in than just a friendship would, be doing. Then, I don't know, it's hard to explain. So, just maybe something like general. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying. Tara or Courtney, I'm sorry, I keep looking at your city. Courtney, let me just take a moment here and see what the messages are that are needing to come through for you tonight. So as I do this, there's just going to be a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Courtney. It's interesting. I'm not getting a solid read on the gentleman that you are speaking of, the one that's been helping you out. The one thing I can tell you is that he really likes you as a person. He respects you. And everything that he is doing for you is coming from the heart. there is a part of him that doesn't really know if you're really ready for a relationship. It's like what I'm seeing is there's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I don't think he really knows what he needs right now either. But the one thing that is very clear is that he is doing all these things for you out of the goodness of his heart, because it makes him feel good that he's helping you in that way. I'm hearing the words, take it slow. You're coming out of a very toxic relationship, as you mentioned. And it's like you and your body are kind of realigning and readjusting. And so taking this time for you to kind of get back on track a little bit is going to help you to know what it is that you want. He's a very likable person, and I can see why you're attracted to him. He's got a really great energy. I'm hearing just take time for you. Take this time to do what you need to do. This is in part why you feel, I mean, I can see your life has been kind of up and down and up and down. And especially if you are in a relationship that was, fairly toxic, right? It's going to take some time to shake that out, right? And release that. So your guides are telling you not to jump into something right away. And I think what's happening is that's where this person is coming from as well, right? He doesn't really know where you're at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. They just keep telling me, take it slow, right? They're not wanting you to jump into anything right away.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because he has dealt with a lot of emotional trauma himself, and his aunt is like one of my very, very good friends, and she and I have talked a lot about it, and he's been through things too, and he's somebody you kind of just gotta like go slow with. It can't be too pushy, but I don't know. We just seem to like really click. Like we argue like we've been together for years already. Like it's silly.
Yeah. So, it's a matter of it's a matter of letting this play out. You both have been through your traumas, right? Which sometimes that's what draws people together, right? It's these commonalities. And sometimes people can work through those traumas together, right? They can be that support for each other. And then other times it can just be, it can be a real hardship in the relationship. So they're showing me for you just to be cautious in this situation, because he still has some things that he needs to process himself. And I think that's why he's kind of like why I'm being shown 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Okay.
He's just not. What I'm being shown is he's been told so much that he's not a very good person, that he's actually started to believe it. However, with him helping you in the way that he's doing, it's bringing back that feeling of, no, I really am a good person. Look at what look at what I'm doing, right? I'm helping somebody out from the goodness of my heart, right? So, yeah. So I would just kind of take that very, very slow.
Oh, you've been pretty spot on with the whole situation. I got goosebumps right now, I gotta say.
Goosebumps mean truth.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know if you have time, but there's one more little thing that I kind of like my ex, who I'm recently out of the relationship with. We share a child together. He currently moved about 3 hours away from where we live, and he hasn't really been in much contact with me or my son. And I don't want that for my son, but I feel like him not being in contact with me right now is for the better. And I just, am I making the right decision by that? As far as keeping him distant.
Right. I'm seeing what they're showing me. So what they're saying is, for right now, this is going to be a good thing. And it's not about keeping your son away from him. What they're showing me is the road goes both ways, right? So if he's not reaching out, just let it be, because he's going through his own ups and downs. And so when he's ready, he'll reach out, and that could be a little while, right?
Okay.
It's like what I'm being shown is that he's immersed into kind of his own life, his own dramas right now. And so trying to figure out what he's doing. And so you guys really are not at the top of his list, I guess. And that's not a bad thing right now. Giving that space so that when he does circle back, he'll be in a different space and place.
Okay.
So it was like when they were first showing me the situation and you were just talking about your ex, it was like I was getting shivers. And so this time and this space for your son to be away from him will actually be a good thing.
Okay.
What they're saying is,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're saying keep the balance, right? Don't talk badly about him with your son. Keep the balance. Okay.
Yeah.
Until that time comes when your ex is ready to circle back around.
Okay. I just, I myself would describe him as very narcissistic, and I fell into that, trap of being involved with somebody like that for so long that I really lost myself. And that's another thing about my friend, is he kind of helped me realize that, and it's helping me become myself again. And it's just, I think that might be, part of the reason why my feelings are developing for him so strong. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, you should not be feeling this way already. Like, this is nuts.
Right. The feelings you're feeling are real. It's about, being in that space and place with somebody who actually is caring for you, right? And having that feeling of being cared for. So not having that in your past relationship, it's not surprising. But again, just taking it slow and making sure that this really is the route to go, because I'm shown that right now it could go either direction. So it's about, taking the path that feels the best, but waiting for that time.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Have a wonderful evening.
You too, babe.
Okay. Next, we have Catherine in California. Good evening, Catherine, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
I just wanted to know if there was any messages from any of my loved ones.
Okay. Catherine, I'm just going to take a few moments here and tap into that. And it'll be just a few moments of silence, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Catherine, I'm not really sure what this message is. I mean, they're basically saying your hard work is paying off.
Mm-hmm.
And that that you really don't need to work as hard as you are. Asking for help, because they're here to help. Your loved ones are here to help you. But you are on a guided path. And they want you to know that it's been a very long path for you. But everything that all the effort that you've been putting into it, moving forward and keeping your goals in sight is manifesting and is coming through fruition.
I have a cousin that passed about a week ago.
Okay.
I don't know if he has anything to say or wants to say anything.
Okay, let me see if I can tap into him. I'm not able to tap into him. I have others coming forward on his behalf. He's still kind of trying to grasp the fact that he is gone, that he has passed over, and he is absolutely okay. Sometimes when our loved ones pass over, and if it's very sudden, sometimes they will have a hard time coming to the realization that they have left this earthly world. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
He's being well taken care of, and he's what they're called this resting period. So sometimes after we leave our bodies, we need to have this resting period so that we can get used to. Our bodies are very heavy, and when we leave our bodies, everything is very light. And so for some there's a little bit of an adjustment of how that feels. And we go into this rest period where we take a look at what we've done in the earthly realm in this lifetime. And we also we rest and take care of our energy and re-energize, so to speak. And so what they're showing me is he's in this period of rest. And that's not unusual for someone who's passed away right away. So they're wanting you to know that he's in very good hands and he is doing really great on the other side, and that you don't need to worry about him because he's being very well taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Is my husband my soulmate?
Your husband, who I'm assuming you're with right now?
Yes.
You guys have a very strong connection. Is he your soulmate? Possibly. I'm not really getting a yes or a no on that. The only thing they're showing me is that the two of you have a very strong connection. You've been together in other lifetimes, and that's why you're feeling this really intense connection between the two of you.
Do you know if there's anyone that's trying to harm our relationship?
I'm not getting that there's anybody out there that's trying to do that. Are you feeling like that there's somebody is?
No, well, sometimes we do feel like somebody, like they're doing something to us.
Okay. I'm not picking up on that right now. No. Yeah, I'm there's nothing indicating right now that there is. But Catherine, we're coming down to the last seconds of our show, and so I'm going to have to say goodnight. So I want to say thank you so much for calling in this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. That does it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to have a reading with me, please reach out to my webpage at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com, or my Facebook pages, Your Time to Shine or Julie YeagerWalker Medium. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.